your girl Stylist. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Obviously, from the title of this video, I'm going to show you guys how I make a curry goat no goat recipe using jackfruit as our meat substitute. And I actually got this recipe from another YouTuber named Rachel Ama. Go ahead and check her out. I go to her page all the time for different recipes and inspirations to spice up my vegan vegetarian journey. So today I'm going to show you guys a twist on how I made the exact same dish that she also shows on her channel. So if you guys would like to see how I cook mines, keep watching. Okay, so let me show you guys what we have to use for seasoning in our actual jackfruit. So I'm actually going to use jackfruit in a can, and I bought this from Sprouts. It's organic young jackfruit. Okay. And then I'm going to use coconut milk to cook it. And it's going to add a lot of flavors and fats, since, you know, meat has natural fats that obviously jackfruit doesn't. And I'm also going to be cooking with avocado oil, which also adds that natural healthy fat that, you know, you want in your body. Then I'm going to add some chili powder, garlic, onion, the Badia seasoning. It's an all-purpose seasoning. Curry powder, and I'm still gonna add turmeric because I just love turmeric. I'm gonna use fresh onions, what is this, pre-diced garlic. I'm gonna add some red skin potatoes, which is gonna add and thicken the broth that we're gonna make for this curry, because I do want it to kind of have like a brothiness to it. Yeah, so the potatoes is gonna help with that. And then I like my curry spicy. I know from like when I used to eat curry chicken, or like when I do make my curry chickpeas and stuff, I like for my stuff to be spicy. So I'm gonna actually use this jackfruit, and I actually made this recipe before actually showing you guys, because I wanted to test it out, make sure it was good, and make sure that the way that I'm gonna make it is not gonna be, you know, I'm not just giving y'all bullshit information. Okay. And Rachel on her channel, she literally makes her own paste, blending up all her stuff, and I just don't do that. So I want to show you guys my version of how we do it. And then I'm gonna add, I'm on my refrigerator, I don't ever have food. A pepper. Half of the pepper is gonna go into the curry stew. And then the rest of it is going to go into my cabbage, and I'm going to use cabbage and mushrooms, and this is how I make my cabbage. Yeah, and that's what we're going to have. We're going to have curry goat no goat jackfruit and cabbage on the side. Let's get started. So for starters, we are going to wash and pat dry our potatoes. We're using 4 red skin potatoes, and I'm going to slice and dice them to the sides that I prefer. Then we're going to move on to prepping our onion. I'm going to use 1 whole onion. And I like to slice my onion chunky. I don't like for it to be extremely thin, because I do not want my onion to disappear when it cooks. So I like to do mine this size. You can do it whatever size you prefer. Okay, so we're using avocado oil. I'm gonna take a whole onion, and I like to put mine in before the oil is extremely hot, because I don't want nothing popping at me. And I'm gonna let this get brown. They're still white right now, so once they get nice and brown, we're gonna add in our garlic and then our potatoes. Okay, so now we're gonna add in the chopped garlic. And we're gonna do 2. I'm going to add in first our curry. And as I said before, this is not spicy at all, which is why I want to add some jerk in there. Turmeric. Really just to enhance the color. And I don't measure anything. Eyeball it. Do it for how your nose is feeling. This is the chili powder. Onion powder, and even though we have onions, we're still going to use onion powder. We use garlic powder, And if needed, we're gonna still add more. So after adding in our onions, our garlic, and all of our seasonings, I'm gonna add in my next ingredient, which is our secret seasoning ingredient, which is our mild jerk seasoning. It's gonna enhance the flavor, add a little spice because I like my curry to be spicy. Once all of our seasonings are in, we're gonna add in our potatoes, and then we're gonna mix all of that in so this way the seasonings can coat all of our ingredients. Then next I'm going to add in the Badia complete seasoning, and this is literally just going to do exactly what it says, complete the dish. It's going to add those extra layers of flavors, and I am a little heavy-handed because one thing with being vegetarian or more plant-based is you want to make sure that your food is flavorful and, you know, to your liking. Don't make your food bland, so season when needed, okay? So I added in all of that Badia seasoning, then I added in a little bit more curry because I felt like it needed a little bit more. So we're going to let that cook down. We're going to move on to prepping our jackfruit. I'm going to strain it in a strainer, rinse it off with water, and then I'm going to move on to creating our chicken-like texture, which is just me taking each bulb and pressing it in between my fingers, which is going to shred it up. When doing this, you also want to be mindful of taking out any of the seeds because they're not really edible in my opinion. And once that's done, we're going to move on to dicing up our pepper, a whole half a pepper. And then, excuse me, I did forget to add this in, but after doing all of that, I added in the pepper, the whole can of jackfruit, 1 whole can of coconut milk, and then I refilled that can with water, and I put that in as well because you just want to make sure that the liquids cover all of your ingredients in the pot. And then I just put my lid back on and let that cook out while I prepare for our cabbage. So in preparation for our cabbage, we're going to slice and dice up the other half of our red pepper. Then I'm going to use my whole cabbage. I slice it down the middle, and then I take each half and I slice them, and then I cut it in the opposite direction, creating dices. This is just how I like to cut my cabbage. Cut yours how you like to. After doing that, I like to separate them because it helps it cook. Then I'm going to slice up a whole onion, or no, I used a half an onion, and then I'm going to dice it. Then I'm going to go ahead and put all of our ingredients in our pot. So we're going to start off with avocado oil, our half an onion, 1 tablespoon of diced garlic. Then I'm going to rinse my cabbage, and I'm going to add in 1/2 of my cabbage first. And the reason why I do this is because I like to layer my seasoning. So I put half in, and then I add my seasonings. So this way, literally, each bite is coated with flavor. So I added my Badia, my onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of turmeric, and that's just really to enhance the flavor and add a little bit of color. And then once that's done, I will add in the other half of our cabbage, and then I'm going to put a little bit more of the Badia seasoning on top of that. And then I'm going to mix it all in again because I like for my cabbage to be fully covered in seasoning. And literally, I make some good cabbage, so pay attention. Very simple. Use my recipe. Tag me. Comment down below. Let me know if you enjoy it. It's very simple, but very flavorful. So I'm going to cover that and check on our jackfruit. So this is about 15 minutes later, and this is what it looks like. It has cooked down and reduced. Next, I'm going to add in my red peppers to our cabbage, and this is after 5 minutes of cooking because I like for my cabbage to cook down a little bit before I add in my peppers because I like for different levels of texture in my food. So I don't want my peppers to be extremely cooked down. So after 10 minutes, which now is 15 minutes of the cabbage being on the stove, this is what it looks like. Our peppers still have texture to it. Our cabbage is cooking down. It still needs, to me, about 10-15 more minutes. So I'm going to put my lid back on and come back and check it. And this is exactly 25 minutes later. And this is how I like it. Okay, so the food is almost done. So I'm going to drink some wine. Okay guys, so this is what we have created, and literally the potatoes are super soft. and so good. And I'm gonna show you guys the jackfruit. So this is the jackfruit, and it literally looks like chicken, like broken up chicken breast. Okay, so this is the point of breaking it up, because when the first time I made it, I did not break it up, but when you break it up, it looks like this. And also the first time I made it, I did not use coconut milk. I used vegetable broth. And the canned jackfruit, to me, had like a lemony taste or something. I guess it's probably how they preserve it in a can, I don't know, but it was a very strong lemony flavor. But with the coconut milk, it literally eliminated that, because I already tried it as I was cooking. And this is my cabbage. I like my cabbage to be soft but have a little bit of texture. Of course, like I said, I already tasted it, but I'm gonna taste it on camera so you guys can know it's good, because you gotta taste as you cook, because like I said, I don't do measurements, so you gotta season it to your liking and taste it as you go. But it's hot, so let me blow it. It's just good. The coconut milk made a big difference. You do not want to skip that coconut milk step. You have to use the coconut milk, because I don't taste that lemon stuff at all this time. Oh my god, this is so good. Now, I had a plantain that I was going to make. First of all, I've never made a plantain before, so that was going to be my first time making it. But I do know that the plantain has to be black or damn near brown. And this is very green, so I'll probably cook something else, like actually comment down below and let me know what kind of like dishes you guys want to see. I'll probably make like a Hispanic dish with the plantain. Yeah, but this if you cook this for somebody who eats meat, I promise you they won't even know. They told me to shred the chicken up. They won't even know. Okay, so I'm gonna finish eating. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed cooking and sharing it with you. Like I said, I always look on Instagram, on YouTube, and try to find recipes that are similar to what I'm used to eating, just without the meat. Very healthy, and things that are fun and easy to cook. This meal probably took 45 minutes to cook. The cabbage 20 minutes. The curry probably like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. But also it depends on how then you chop up your potatoes. But again, I enjoyed making this video. Make sure you guys comment down below. Let me know what kind of cooking videos you guys would like to see next, and I will see you guys in the next cooking video.